What is the significance of this multi-state approach that Governor Ferguson announced today?
Well, Joyce, it's a reflection of the CDC and what's happened over the last 6 months, but especially the last 2 weeks. It's been, we use this word all the time, unprecedented, but truly there's really been never before this blurring of science and ideology as we've seen with this new administration. So it's important, and I'm glad they're doing it because right now it's been on medical societies like the American Academy of Pediatrics, who I work closely with, to put out counter information that's more consistent with the evidence. So I'm glad that these governors are doing it. It's going to get momentum that's needed to really counter what's happening at the federal level.
One of the objectives has to do with coordination, just in case we see any kind of outbreak. So explain how that could help families here in Washington in a very practical way versus our state acting alone, independently.
I mean, exactly to your call out, Joyce. I mean, we're talking about the entire Western Seaboard, multiple ports of entry, both international, domestic. And so what happens at those ports of entry? Sometimes in the passage of infectious diseases from places afar, from places even close to home. And so it's important to have that data sharing, not just limited to what we're seeing here at the borders and ports of entry in Washington state, but as much as possible across the country. That was the whole point of the CDC. It was one of its critical functions. Leaders that were overseeing that, the Center for Zoonotic Diseases, they just resigned last week. It's entirely rudderless. And so it falls onto these large states to data share, to say, what are we seeing when it comes to COVID cases? Are there new variants? What about flu? Is there something new out there, Joyce, that we haven't ever seen before that we need to be paying attention to? But working together is by far more optimal, so we have more data to look at.